Hi and welcome to the channel. I'm Sam and this is the Crafty Blinder van build. Today we're installing a 5-ton torsion beam and 2 new Bilstein B6 dampers. Okay, just about to start to rain, so I'm going to fire this back in, this new one in, sorry. Try and get it close to where it needs to be. I need to get under here. Get on. Don't think you can see a lot under here, can you? Nearly. Manipulate it. That needs oh, that woke me up. Right, I can't really tell where the middle is, so let's leave that there. I'll show you a little bit better. So that's it sat in that channel. So of course, here comes the rain. As I would expect. Let me get down here. So we need to pop these rubber shoes back in. So that one goes there. We'll do them first, each side. Right. That's around about the right place for both of them. Now this doesn't look like there's a right way and a wrong way, so we'll just slide that up inside. Try to do this before the rain comes. Right way and a wrong way. Yeah, that way. That looks like it needs a little bit of persuasion to go in there. Oh, here comes the rain. Great. Great. I'm not going to hammer it in. I'm just going to try and push it up into place. I think what I might have to do, put a long bar on there, support this a little bit. Oh, there. That's opened it right up. Just have a little feel around on the top, see if I can find the holes. Yeah. We're there, but we're not there. torch. Have a look in there. Let's see if we can see where we need to be. Okay, so a couple of millimetres off, as in we need to be over. I think that's it there. I think we're lined up there, perfect. Let me just try and show you where I'm looking. If you can see up there, there's two rubber stops on the top. They're lined up with the holes now, so I think that's just covered that side. Right, let's get cracked on before this rain beats me. Well, I've not got finished, but definitely rain stopped play. I'm getting soaked. I'm just going to pack everything up. We'll finish it off tomorrow. Okay, so rain eased off a little bit, so we're at it again. So we've got the bar in, we've got it set up. It's about 132 from the end here, from this end to this end. What we're doing now is we're putting the spring tension plates underneath. I don't know what you call them, but that sounds good. We'll just fasten these back on. So these plates here, they hold the spring in place underneath. I'm going to put a bit of support under it. Let me just show you. There's like a rubber mount underneath it. What we'll do is we'll get this all installed. Just put a little nip on these bolts, that one there and that one there, and that'll hold the bar in place while we balance it up and get it centralised. So that's the plan anyway. So I'm going to do just a couple of turns on it, just to put a little bit of pressure on so the bar doesn't move around, and we'll go from there. Best thing to do, get a couple of turns on that back one, then nip up this front one. I think we should be in a better position. Wow. Doesn't want to play ball today. Nope. What the heck? Right. We've got very little pressure on there. What I'll do is nip that up a bit, so I'm not putting as much pressure on it. When it come to doing the driver's side, I had a few problems. I'd had to take the plate off a couple of times just to try and line things up a little bit better. The bolts weren't actually meeting the holes. It felt like they weren't long enough. Thinking about it, because we put a little bit of pressure on the bar on the other side, I believe that's now forcing it down on the driver's side. So I had to have a little think about what I was doing, and in the end I come up with a plan. It's bloody mile off. How the heck am I going to get that? Right. Need something to push that up a little bit, don't I? Just while I line everything up. Just got a mouthful of muck. Right, what can we do here? Oh, yeah, no laugh. Right, how am I going to do this? Come on, think about it, think about it. Let's see if this works. And hopefully. Okay. I'll do that. So hopefully those is in a better position than we were before. Right, I think I'm definitely call it a night tonight. Put the toys away. I'll do it. And just pop that up there, and that's them all in. The rain's running down off the fan, into my eyes, into my ear, down my back. So I'm quite happy that's gripped now. Just need to check everything's a bit else to come from there. Just need to check everything's lined up and in position before we tighten everything up. Right, good night. Well, what a different day it is today. It's a little bit cloudy, but it's hot, it's humid, and we're slowly drying out. So I'm just going to give you a quick recap where we got up to the other night. So let's just spin the... Remember, we got the beam in. We also managed... This is really hard to show you up here. So we've got that rubbers located up there and there, and we clamped the beam in place with with the bars that run across underneath. I call them bars. They're actually plates, and they run from front to back. So as you can see, the beam's in place now. The bar is in place now. We've got 3 bolts in there. We're going to tighten them up a little bit further, especially these centre ones. I haven't done them yet. But what we've also done is measured both sides of the bar to make sure that it's sticking through equally. So I'm going off the bottom. Let me show you. So I'm using that point there to the end of the bar, and that's 260. I'll just whiz around the other side, and again going off the same place, and that brings us in at 262. 260 as well, not 262. 260 as well. So I'm confident the bar's in the right place. So I'm going to pinch it using the bolts on the bottom plate so it can't move, and then what we'll do is we'll start putting these covers back on. They go in there, but in all honesty we need to bring this up to meet it. So we get that rubber shoe there seated properly. If you look, there's quite a bit of distance there. I'm hoping that when we lift this up it'll slot in a little bit better than it does. If not, we'll have to make it work. Hopefully over time it'll work its way into the right place. Something else I did, don't know if I covered this before, but I actually removed the calipers because there was such a lot of pressure on this hose. And for the sake of two 19mm bolts, 21mm bolts, I thought it was far safer to lift them off and relieve the pressure on here. So I've just got a cable tied there, cable tied around the stand, leaving this to just hang freely and out the way. And when you're taking the bar out, that's so much easier. A little tip for you: inflatable air mattresses, when they're full of holes, because my kids thought this was a trampoline and absolutely knackered it, when it's full of holes, it becomes a great mat for working on underneath your van. So don't throw this away. My kids even use it as a crash mat. I've got videos of my kid learning to go over ramps and he was landing on that, and I think it was a psychological thing, because he knew there was something soft on the other side. He nailed the first jump, no problem at all. He never actually fell onto the mat, and he's gone on to bigger and better things. It's this one here that actually nips everything up. So while you're adjusting your bar, leave this one loose. Just put these in a couple of turns and it will move. It's stiff. What I did was put a couple of bolts in one end and use the pry bar just to shift it a small amount every time. So once you've got these main bolts nipped up, these smaller ones, before you actually tighten all of these up, these three big ones, make sure all these are in and everything's lined up, because if you don't, when you come to fasten them up later, you'll just have to come back and release everything. So there's one there. Oh, sorry, leaving you behind. There's one here on the back, 3 here, 2 here, and 1 on the front. That is not falling out in a hurry. So before we finish, we'll come back and we'll give all them a nip with a bar. Okay, it's nearly there. Let's just check everything's in place, yeah? So yeah, that's pretty good. What we're checking for is that this rubber boot is seated properly, and that's right in where it should be. So I'm happy with that. Oh, that's good. Right, I'll let that jack down now. Get the pressure off that. If before we put the damper on, we will give these a nip with the long bar. We've tightened them up, now we'll just give them a quarter of a turn with this, or a little pinch. See it? So out for the back one. There you go. What's that? I need something to hold that there. Okay. So we need to go and put the nut on the top and the plate. Obviously I can't be in two places at once. I'm going to have to get something to go under the damper to hold it in place. So I've got a couple of packers here that'll do the job. It's good, tidy. So what we've had to do, we've bought new dampers, but we've had to utilise the old gaiters, and to be honest with you, 2016 van, the dampers that were on it were actually recalled, so these are only maybe 12-month old, 18-month old. They were just done before I bought it. Okay, so that's the plate, and this is the new washer that come with the Bilstein. That's the old one. It doesn't have as big a shoulder, so we'll use that one, and we'll go and get the tools and we'll tighten that up while we're here. Because we've changed the nut, we're going to change the spanner. We need a 24 this time. Previously it was a 22. That's it. Job done. Okay, let's get tangled up. Let's remove them. So, just show you something. These always get damaged in transit. So what you want to do, just get a screwdriver, pop it in and bend it back out to shape when you've got it all tied up. Right, we're going to jack this up again and line up the hub. Get the damper and hub mounted back up again. Let's have a little look. Still a way to go there. That's it. Remember this bolt, this goes to the front. What we'll do is we'll just put them on for now and we'll set them up later. Why am I missing a bolt? It's rolled off down the hill. I knew it was there a minute ago, but obviously it's trying to escape. before we go too far, just check that everything lines up. So remember, we put a line that way, and we put a line that way. Don't want to go too far, because we are going to have to take this and get it set up. I'm going to do the four-wheel alignment and set the camera. I'm out of breath. Hard work. Right, so for me, this side's done. We've tightened the top, we've done these 2 bolts, we've done the 2 16s down there, the 2 18s there. There's nothing left to do on this side other than put the caliper back on. So we'll do that now. And that's us done on this side. Get the wheel back on. So there's our line pointing straight up. Now with another line. This is slightly bigger on this model, but it's in the same place. So the easiest way to straighten these up, just get a driver in the back of them, and that'll square it back up. But that's this side done. Let's get on to the next side. Once I'd completed installing the other side, it was just a matter of putting the wheels back on, removing the axle stands and getting this thing back on the ground. I had to put it on a bit of wood just to help me get the bottle jack out from underneath where I had it located. I was chomping at the bit to get behind the wheel again. I know what improvements I've made by doing the rear end, putting the big Jones heavy duty springs on the back. Now I've put Bilsteins on the front and this new torsion beam. I wanted to see how it handled. Okay, we've changed the rear springs, we've changed the front leaf spring, torsion bar, and we've changed the front 2 dampers for Bilstein B6s. And I'm telling you now, this ride is straight away, I know it's a different ride altogether. Obviously I had a 3.5-year-old van when I bought it, and you know, it's had probably a couple of years wear and tear, but this just feels so good. And I know I've only driven it like 100-200 yards, but I can tell straight away it's changed. So loving it. Completely different. Brakes were a little bit uncertain there. They were heavily, well, they weren't heavily, they had some light corrosion on them from sitting in the rain for the last couple of days and not being used. But there's no wobble. Previously there was a little bit of roll with the van, and that was the main reason for changing it out. But no, it's perfect. I love it. Gonna give it a run out now. Go to my brother's, see what he thinks of it, see what his reaction is to the unintentional lift. Obviously we've added in these new bits and we've gained about 2 inches in height, and it feels taller. You're screening your phone calls again? What do you think? It's a lot bit higher, Cliff. It handles well, eh? It's a lot better. Well, that's the end of another video. Look, there's no van on the drive. So tomorrow we're off to get the cambers set and get the wheels aligned. After we've ripped out all the front end, we need to get all them little jobs done. So the next video is the airbags. They've come, we're going to install them, and that should finish this whole suspension upgrade off. So thanks for watching. See you again. Thank you for your continued support. If you like what we're doing, consider subscribing, liking and sharing with your friends. Also, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.